What up, what up, what up, YouTube? Back again with another video. I'm going to title this gameplay about block shedding and just show some of the reasons why it can be difficult to run the ball. Like, it's not like people don't know how to run. People know how to run. We ran crazy over Madden 18. We ran crazy over Madden 17. Ran crazy over Madden 16. Madden 19 is a different beast. There's a reason why it's hard to run. Like, you got to do so much stuff just to contain it, and you're going to see it's stuff that's beyond your control. And the game is the way the game is designed. I keep saying that over and over again. It's the way the game is designed. It's not have to do with user skill or whatever. It's what the game is going to allow. And I'm going to try to show some of the run plays within this game and try to break it down and show you why it's hard to run those gains that you gained last year over those inside zones that was rampant in Madden 18 and why it's harder to do now. Still the same play. It's just the way the computer characters play it now is a little bit different. And I told you earlier this year that EA toned it down a little bit. Like, here's right here. You just hand the ball off. This could be a huge game. Will you see that block shed right there? Like, that's another 15 yards he just lost off of that block shed. And that's part of the reason. It's not like the guy that's run the ball doesn't know what to do. He took the right path. Split the tackles out there on the left. My defender just block shedded. Tackled him right away. So he gained like his first down as opposed to get another additional 10 yards or 15 yards. Turned out to be like a 5-yard gain. And that's part of what you see when you try to run the ball most of the time. It's just the amount of time that the defenders shed blocks. So you have to kind of be, conscious of how you run the ball. Not saying it's not possible to gain 100 yards, but you got to put in a lot of work to do it. So a lot of people just don't have time. Like I said, these aren't 15-minute quarters for you to sit here and try to see if you can establish the run and be successful with it for over a course of a period of a game. This isn't the real NFL times. We don't have 15-minute quarters. You got 5 minutes. So you have to use your time when you're on offense sparingly. So this is the reason why it's resulting to a lot of people passing the ball a lot. You can try to run at the end of the game to close it out, but people aren't basing their offense around the run game. It's based around passing, and then you supplement it with runs. But you're not basing your entire offense off of runs. It's just not happening this year. Like, do whatever you want. I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to do. Even I've changed my play style. I used to be balanced. I used to be maybe 30-20 run, but now it's more 70-30 run. Like, it's like not even balanced at all. And you guys see it in my gameplay. But just like I say, you have to play what the game allows and how you can move the ball upfield, and primarily this is it. If you watch my game in the beginning of the year, and I was complaining that I need to start learning how to pass the ball more because how different. Here's another one, but it's just a good block right here. But at the beginning of the year, I was complaining that I need to learn how to pass more because it seemed like the game is changing. I had to switch up my game style because I said it in the beginning of the year. Some people that are new to this channel probably missed those videos that I released in August when I was saying, hey, I need to switch up my offense because the way I played it in Madden 18 is going to have to change. I can't rely on that same formula, where it was like, it was more run heavy. I had to switch up, and this is the result of that switch up right here. And this video, like I said, is going to try to show whenever it gets to a run play that I can highlight, I'll slow down and show you where they're block shedding. This is like right off the handoff. You hand the ball off. You haven't even decided which path you're going to take to run the ball, and the defender's already engaged and already like shedding already. So it's crazy. So, and you can imagine in August it was worse. Like they were just shedding like like no man's business. Picked them off here after this long drive upfield. There's no huddling, and we take it to the house. So yeah, man, it's a problem. So his offense is just more no huddling, and he had this monster play that I kind of liked. I wish I could just have just one formation in there. It was good. It was good. Even with that formation, it was even hard for him to even run the ball on it too. So you see whenever they block shit, he just hand the ball off. Look at the outside wide receiver, like insta shed. That run play last year was going for like 50, 30 yards downfield. Like that's the most he get out of it. That's like a good maybe 8 yards or so gain. Like not a whole lot. You're not gonna actually 5 yards. And all he had to do was beat the defender. And all the receiver had to do was hold his block. Just hold your block, and you're gone for like a long game. So that's part of the reason why it's it's hard to run the ball. even when you have the numbers. They'll block shit immediately, and you got to make the tackle. I mean, I don't mind it. You know, it just means that everybody has to be more keen to the passing. But like I said, man, it's not no like somebody's just so like brilliant in running the ball. It's what the game is going to allow you to do. That's the only thing you can do. It's what the game allows. So he's still moving the ball up here still. There's no huddle madness. Got a different formation. Let's see what he does here. Like every time you do a run play, I'll try to slow down and analyze it. Because it doesn't matter which run formation you're doing out of. It's just all run plays, the same effect happens. Now, I'm not going to say there aren't times where they try to engage. Another one right here. He's going to run the ball. You see the inside guy? Look at Goldman. He's already out of it again. The linebacker already out of it. And then this guy right here. Look at the wide receiver. That's another 5-yard gain. Before he even gets to the line of scrimmage, I'm already breaking it. I'm already block shedding. That's 2nd and 10 to probably 3rd and 5. Or 3rd and 4. And he had the blocks. They just didn't hold. The blocks just didn't hold long enough for him to get to the outside. And I'm telling you, this is happening on every play. So like, and people that want to show, like you said, you showing me that 2010 video. This is in 2010. This is in 2012. Madden has changed. Give me those. Give me those. And you know, it's not the same game. It's not the same game. And that's the only way I can show you. Yeah, it's not the same game. They've toned on block shedding, and it's still the same. You know, it's still hard to run, even though with the block shedding toned down. So, I'm telling you, man, this is not genius gameplay, man. I know this stuff. Like, I run too. Like, I ran like crazy last year. So, but I'm seeing what's in the game, and you know what the game can afford you to do, and it's not going to afford you to do all that running. But what I do now to complement the run is what the Bears do in real life. Bears implement short passing games to create runs, like this right here. This little screen thing I'm about to do over here. It's a short passing thing to basically, it's almost like a run play. If you gain 4 or 5 yards of it, it's essentially a run play like this. It's essentially like a run play. It's just like he read it this time and he was able to jump down there. But if that guy wasn't there, I had 2 wide receivers going to set a block for me upfield. So essentially like a run play. And Bears do that like a lot. They'll send misdirection plays to create little short plays for running. I'm going to try to run the ball here. Watch another block shed. Get the toss. Watch the wide receiver on the outside. Look at Robinson. Look how long he holds that block. It's done. And all you have to do is hold that block, and I'm gone. Maybe like first down. Look at that. So I'm stuck behind the line of scrimmage because he just forgone that block. And this is what you're going to see all the time. It's not about knowing how to run. I'm telling you. You know. It's in the game. I mean, the game is the game right there. It shows you. Bad pass. Intercepted. Like almost all the runs against stuff because of the block sheds. So. Oh man, bad user in the middle. I thought he was gonna run across the field, so I was kind of holding, but then he threw him upfield. So, you know, good play by him. I thought it was one of those drags that's coming across the field, so I was trying to wait for him to get across. I have no idea why he decided to go for a 2-point conversion. He just kicked the field goal. Like you already have a hard time coming up here to score. You get in the end zone off a long play, and you go for a 2-point conversion. Like, why? And he was thrown into a lineman, number 71, off the lineman. Like, all right, I guess. You should just take it, man. Take it and be happy. Look at this right here. Why you get in my way? Computer characters are annoying sometimes. Because if they held their blocks as long as they held their blocks last year, you're gonna see huge runs this year. You wouldn't even need to like go into like big formation and set up personnel formation to block. You could do it off of regular formations. It's just the difference between this year and last year is how long those blockers hold. They don't hold long enough for you to be able to establish a lane to run through, and then it becomes frenetic trying to find where to run because everybody's block shedding everywhere. So you're like, oh man, before you can even decide where you want to go, they've already block shedded already. It's like, man. And some of the big runs, like, that's why it's like, let me see if I didn't do anything right here. Like, everybody held their blocks. You just had more defenders than I had blockers. So good, Good play on that one. Here I could have taken it to the outside, but I cut inside. Outside would have been wide open because I had the lead blocker going outside. But with number 68, sometimes he has a mind of his own where he decides to go. Sometimes he will go outside, sometimes he will cut back inside. So I can't really trust him when he pulls sometimes. But that last play, I could have scored a touchdown if I went to the outside as opposed to cutting to the inside. So I'm just going off of tendencies of what he usually does, that pulling lineman. Sometimes he pulls, and I'm thinking he's going outside, and I go outside, and he cuts back inside. And then I'm like getting, pummeled from the outside. So, it's just, once of playing the game, you kind of see like how your computer characters play too. So take that into account, man. Like, believe me, the stuff you guys see, I'm seeing it too. I'm playing the game with an analytical eye as well. Like, I'm looking at stuff. So, but that's the part of the main reason why it's hard to really put the ball on the ground and pound the ground like you could in previous Madden. Is the length of time you're allowed to block shed. It's not you don't have a lot of time this year, so definitely gonna be more passing. But like I said, the way I create more like a run game in here is short passing. Like, I'll take 5 yards if you give me 5 yards. Like, everything doesn't have to be 20 yards upfield. If you give me 5 yards, I'll take 5 yards. If you give me 3 yards, I'll take 3 yards. And it also all depends on what the defense is playing. Like this right here, I think that wide receiver to the outside, yeah. So I'm looking at it, look like he's isolated by himself to the outside. I don't think that guy he didn't pull to the outside, so I'm able to squeeze this one for a first down. See, nobody covered box in the middle. Miller? Yeah, see, that was a mistake. Because usually I just anticipated that being covered by his user, but he let him go. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Throw the ball deep here. He releases the bump and it comes back on the bump, so that'll be setting back on the streak, I believe. Underneath for the first down. Here, I'm allowing the comeback. I'm going to use Burton to hold the users underneath here. Alright, held him underneath, and then we get O on the top. Alright. Try to run here. Let's see what happens on this run. See, that's just on me right there. And then, of course, you got to worry about real player motion. I don't know if people that are watching the video that you guys haven't played Madden 19, there's also real player motion you have to account for. You're not going to be cutting left and right like you could like the previous games, where your controller was, your user character was free flowing last year. This year, you got to account for real player motion. So you want to cut right real fast. You got to make sure you're not accelerating. So it's a lot of things you got to contend for. It's not as easy as as people want to make it out to seem like it's so easy to run. Like, it's not. So, left the middle open. Able to get in the end zone.
They discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. How many plays do you script coming out of the second? Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
Ooh, knocked it out of his hands. Second and 10.
Chicago and Detroit, that'll get the party started at 12:30 Eastern. He's got it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Trying to keep him out of the end zone.
He's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything started. As you noted, he has only touchdowns.
Second and 10. Gets it from the outside. Oh, damn it, screen. Alright.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
The no huddle madness.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And he's able to find Diggs. He'll get
Those all streaks kill cover threes sometimes. I think I was playing cover 3 right there. Streaks up the middle is like deadly. Run it again, streak. Way to really cover that, to cover 4 can do a really good job of covering that. Or man to man. It's playing cover 2 right there, and not too. There's a monster right here. He's gonna try to run against it. Outside receiver didn't block 23. So to come down and crash for a 3-yard gain. Like me personally, I don't mind that there is block shedding, because if you guys played 18, you know a lot of people did complain about how easy it was to run last year. And it's not about user skills. It's what the game allows you to do. And you see they toned it down this year, and it's like, you know, hey, not a lot of people are running the ball. It's not a lot of people are running the ball. Now you can force yourself all the way to run the ball by doing packages on your defenses and bringing more big personnel on the field to help you block. But that's a lot of work you have to do on your end just to run. Like just running with the base formations and the base personnel, there's gonna be a lot of block shedding going down. So that's part of the argument that people aren't talking about. Yeah, that's part of the argument you're not talking about. So we'll try to run again here. See if we can slow this one down and see how the blocks hold on this run play. There it goes to the outside, and he's not even at the line of scrimmage yet, and I've already shared my block. And that's not even me controlling it; that's the computer controlling it, and that's Krakowski, the outside linebacker. That's a loss of a yard right there. And if that block shot didn't happen, he had the outside all the way open. Like I said, I'm not complaining about it because you know it benefits me. I'm just showing you like what happens within the game. And this isn't. And I'm not doing anything on defense. All my defense is unbalanced, and that's happening on its own. So, this is what I mean by this is a good play, right? He hasn't called this all game. He's been trying to run up the middle, so I'm kind of anticipating run up the middle. But then he does a play action, hits me with the screen, wide receiver screen. So good play, good play. I just haven't seen anybody really run that formation. I think that's the only guy I've ever seen run the monster formation online. I'm surprised he didn't call it again here on 2-point conversion. You don't really see monster being called that much. Alright, first one does not convert. And I'm trying to show all these examples. I don't want to go into practice mode to do it in practice mode because practice mode is not what you play online. So, you know, people want to make response videos. Do it. Show your gameplay. Do it in your gameplay. Show all your examples in actual ranked gameplay, whether it's MUT or whether it is regular ranked. Show all your examples and how successful you are just running the ball in terms of being your base offense. Like you're run heavy offense. I'm not saying you can't pass, but primarily all you do is run the ball to dominate the game. So you're not going to see too many of those because the game is not going to allow you to do it. You're going to have to throw more than you pass. There's too many probabilities of block shedding happening for you to be able to run consistently. Kind of what I'm trying to say. So it's probably my last video I make on this topic. Look at this, man. 4th and 9. Look at my tight end. Doesn't even move. He's just stuck on the line. He finally gets up and runs, but I'm just like, where you at? He's the bailout guy, and he's like, he took him. Look, he's open now, but I thought the user was gonna follow him, so I chuck it up to this guy, and he gets knocked down. Well, initially when I snapped the ball, I'm like, all right, I know he's gonna come open, but where's he at though? He's stuck on the line. He's like not even moving. Just stay there. Like he forgot to go out on his route. He's trying to score here. See if we can bring it a little bit closer. But I'm not. Look at my line. Why is he standing still? You saw that? The rusher just stayed. What's going on with my defense, man? They don't want to play my offense and defense. Everybody's stuck in sand or something. Bounce. Still running the no huddle madness. As you can see, like the way he's running his offense, I just been bringing him into my red zone, and I just stop him in the red zone. I just make it difficult for him to score in the red zone. Tosses over here. We hit him with a hit stick. Alright, I'm going to do a couple of run plays here at the end. Just test out the run. Alright, first run play. Now this next run play is going to seem like it's a huge gain. But I'm going to slow it down at the point of the line of scrimmage and watch the block sheds. I got lucky. I could have been tackled. Watch this. At the line of scrimmage, watch how many block shed. That's one, and that's two right there. You see them? You see them? I just happen to be past them already, but they've already shed their blocks. So you can say that was a lucky run, but that's what you're going to get, you know. You have to watch those things. Gotta watch those things, man. Splitting up the middle here. He had to push this one to the outside. I saw the real player motion, that herky jerk movement. It makes it difficult to run too. You gotta make sure you're not holding the sprint button. So hopefully that kind of explains kind of what I mean. So, alright guys, to the next video. I'll holler at you dudes later. Alright then. One.